I'm going to show you how to measure the mat for your small logos. Here's some, I just printed off some logos. These are 2 logos, fairly small, and I printed them on the same page. And what I'm going to do is just cut them apart because I'm going to try to split them as finely as I can right here. Probably should have had them a little further away from each other, but for right now, this is okay. Okay, now I need to determine how big of a window I need around this. So what I've got is I've got 2 little pieces of tag board L shapes, and I'm just going to put these around here until I decide, okay, that looks pretty good, about right there. That would be the size of my mat. So now what I need to do is I need to measure the inside, and when I go put my ruler right here, it's 4.5 this way, and this way it's about 3.5. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just take scrap paper, 4.5 by 3.5. I'm going to add 4 inches to those because I'm going to go with a 2-inch border. So I'm adding 4 to there, 4 to there. I get 8.5, and here I get 7.5. Now I'm going to cut my mat board to that size. Let's do it again with this one. Let's put this one here. Kind of put this around here until you get a border that you think looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. And now I'm going to measure that really quick. And I got, let's say 4. It's a little more than 4, but I'm going to go with 4. And this way it's 4. So 4 by 4, that's pretty easy. I could just do the math out loud right now. I got 4 by 4. I won't do it. Plus 4 and 4, and I get 8 by 8. So I need to cut a piece of paper that's 8.5 by 7.5 and 8 by 8. Okay, since these measurements are pretty small, you can just get your paper out of the scrap here, because there's usually enough scraps that you can cut those out of. These are 2 pieces of paper I just cut out. If you notice, there's a white line here. Since that doesn't look so good, and this side's nice and clean, this will be my back side. I'll just put an X on the back side. Check it out. This is the clean side. This is the dirty side. That'll be my back side. That's the side I'll be drawing my lines on. Before I cut, I grab the scrap, and I'm just going to do a couple practice cuts. So I hold my hand down here, I sink the blade in, and make some cuts. And the cuts should be smooth and even and easy to do. I'm just practicing. Notice I'm not even pushing this all the way in because these are just practice cuts. I'm just seeing if I made good cuts. And my thing is set, it's ready to go. I'm ready to now cut out my mats. So I'm going to set this bar now to the red peg to cut. And make sure I set it on. Oh, you know what? I did all of these wrong. These were all done at 2 inches. I have to redraw them. So I'm lucky that I just caught my mistake. And I'm ready to cut. So before I cut now, though, I have to go down here and I got to move this from the black peg to the red peg, because when you cut, it doesn't cut right against the ruler. So I'm going to push this back in, and now I'm going to start to cut. So I'm ready to mount my logo on the mat board. So what I'm going to do is just place this over the top. Now previously I trimmed a little extra paper off because this paper was really wide and it was hanging out from behind here. So you got to leave a little room around it, and all I'm going to do is set it down there, and that looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to take some tape, put it on the back of my picture so the tape is facing up, just like that, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this right over the top, and that way I can put it exactly where I want it. I think that looks pretty good right there. I press this down on the tape, right there. Okay, that way it stays in place. I can flip it over and secure it a little bit better. Okay, here's one that I already did like that. So here are my 2 logos now. And you can see, I'm probably going to display these together next to each other, so you don't have to put a label on every single one. We'll display them near each other, probably all 3 near, and I'll maybe just put a label on one, knowing that this is mine and this is also mine. Got it? So that's all you got to do. Let's get these done, get labels on, and let's get them on display.